On September 23, 2012, Crown Princess Mette-Marit and her son, Marius Borg Høiby, 15, were in New York to attend the Clinton Global Initiative Conference in New York. There, they were with Jeffrey Epstein's girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell, who was sentenced to 20 years in prison on June 28, 2022, for having contributed to sex trafficking and sexual abuse of several underage girls with her boyfriend, Jeffrey Epstein. Crown Princess Mette-Marit and Marius Borg Høiby were at the meeting on behalf of the Norwegian authorities to shine a light on the Clinton couple's foundation, the Clinton Foundation, which had been sponsored with a lot of money by the Norwegian Ministry of Foreign Affairs. A summit where Mette-Marit and Marius were supposed to help solve world problems, but they found it terribly boring with world problems. So, on September 22, 2012, the evening before the Clinton Global Initiative meeting, Mette-Marit had several exchanges of messages with Jeffrey Epstein. There, the Crown Princess expressed, among other things, that she and Marius were dying of boredom and asked Epstein to save her and Marius from boredom. The convicted molester of underage girls replied that he could not take care of them right then because he was in a meeting with the corrupt Norwegian politicians Terje Rød-Larsen and Thorbjørn Jagland. The Clinton Foundation, which has been labeled as corrupt by several international media outlets, had until then received a total of 1,300 million kroner in donations from Norwegian governments via the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, money that came entirely from Norwegian taxpayers. The largest grant had come from Prime Minister Kjell Magne Bondevik, who loved to bask in the glory of Bill and Hillary Clinton and other international dignitaries. And to achieve that, he was very generous in allocating Norwegian taxpayers' money to international foundations all over the world through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The Clintons were close friends of Jeffrey Epstein, and Bill used Epstein's private plane when he visited Norway in 2003. Former Prime Minister Kjell Magne Bondevik was also friends with Jeffrey Epstein after his time as Prime Minister, and had several dinner meetings with Epstein in New York to get money from him for his foundation, the Oslo Center. Bondevik was also friends with the corruption-charged top diplomat Terje Rød-Larsen. Ghislaine Maxwell was possibly sent to the Clinton Global Initiative Conference by her boyfriend Jeffrey Epstein to assist Mette-Marit and Marius Borg Høiby so that they did not feel alone at the conference. Crown Princess Mette-Marit denied ever having met Ghislaine Maxwell when she was asked about it by journalists from the Norwegian telegram agency NTB. When confronted with the fact that she had met Ghislaine at least once with Marius and talked to her, Mette-Marit could no longer deny it outright, but replied that she had no recollection of such a meeting. It seems that Mette-Marit has a very poor memory when asked about serious matters she has gotten herself into with her poor judgment. Otherwise, she remembers events that are not burdensome to her very well, so it is a very selective poor memory that she has. She has also been caught lying many times, so she has a lax approach to the truth. Based on the many emails exchanged between Epstein and Mette-Marit at the time of the conference, it seems clear that a collusion was being planned between the two, including Marius. Such a meeting has been indirectly confirmed by Crown Princess Mette-Marit, because when the press asked her if she and Marius had met with Jeffrey Epstein at his house in Manhattan, Herbert N. Strauss House, 9 East 71 Street, Mette-Marit replied that she could not remember that she and Marius had met with Epstein. That is, she did not deny that there was a meeting, but did not remember whether it had taken place. In this way, Mette-Marit is guarding herself against even more concrete evidence in the future that such a meeting and overnight stay at Epstein's house in connection with the Clinton Global Initiative Conference in 2012 had taken place, proven in the form of photographs and emails from Epstein files that will be released in the future. According to emails, Mette-Marit knew that Jeffrey Epstein had been convicted of child sexual abuse in 2008, a verdict that received extensive global media coverage. In an email from 2011, Crown Princess Mette-Marit wrote to Jeffrey Epstein, "Googled you after your last email. I agree, it doesn't look so good," then ended with a smiley face. It is reprehensible and morally bankrupt that the Crown Princess would be so lenient with a sex offender who was convicted of molesting underage girls in 2008. Is it at Jeffrey Epstein's in Manhattan
that Marius Borg Høiby learned to treat women in such a despicable manner as was evident in his trial in 2026? It was the Swedish photojournalist Pontus Hook, based in New York and hired by the Norwegian telegram agency
NTB, who covered Crown Princess Mette-Marit and Marius Borg Høiby's participation at the Clinton Global Initiative Conference in New York, September 2012. It was he who revealed that Mette-Marit and Marius met and spoke with Epstein's girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell, at the conference, despite Mette-Marit initially denying this, so to speak, that she could not remember ever having met Ghislaine. Pontus Hook took several photographs at the Clinton conference of Marius, Mette-Marit, and Ghislaine standing close to each other and talking.